Hey y'all, Natalie here for a cherry on top design team, and today I am putting together a super quick layout. Y'all, I almost didn't even edit this video at all. I double sped it up, so literally this layout took me less than 15 minutes. And today I'm going to give you some tips on how to create a quick scrapbook layout. I'm having trouble lately having enough time to scrapbook, and I still have stories piling up that I need to tell. So I decided to do this super quick page. So I grabbed this black and white paper, and I had already put clear gesso on it, and then I just put some splatters on it, and that's all the mixed media that I'm going to add, but they go with my color scheme. So, and now I'm set that aside to dry, and that is actually what takes the longest of this process, is the drying. But I am building my cluster here with my photo, and I've grabbed ephemera from the Vicky Bouton Wildflower and Honey ephemera pack. And so my first tip is to pick a quick story. You know, there's stories that I want to tell, but they don't have to be super wordy, and this photo is like one of those stories, just about how my kid loved his new shoes and how he's developing his own style, and he was super proud of them, and it was so cute. So my second tip is to limit your color choices. So if you limit your color choices, you don't have to spend a lot of time making choices for, it really takes less time to choose what you're going to put on your page. So I chose black and white, and I was going to accent with this teal color, which is the color of his shoes, which is why I chose the background paper and the Whale Blew Me Down Shimmers color that I used for my mixed media. So that way, when I went through all my Vicky Bouton Wildflower and Honey ephemera and stickers, all I had to choose from was the black, white, and teal, and I just disregarded everything else. It was super easy making the decisions. Next, my next tip is to keep the mixed media at a minimum. I love mixed media, but sometimes it can be time consuming, specifically the drawing process. But in order to, I can't not add mixed media to my page. So my suggestion is to keep it simple, but give it a punch. So in this case, I have the black and white, so my punch is to just add big splatters with the bright color. And so I still have my mixed media, and it's still the grunge look that I like, but it really didn't take that long. And I zap it with the hair, and you can see later I even like pick up the biggest splotch from drying, because I'm like, well, it's gonna be hidden anyway. So another tip for a quick page, sorry I'm talking kind of fast because it's a quick video, is to focus on one main cluster. Instead of trying to maybe make a bunch of elements across the page, just focus on one main cluster. There's only one thing that you need to worry about, and sometimes that main cluster focus really helps with the the story. You're hitting home, you're making the photo the main focus, and then I have a tiny little tag that I tell my story on. Like I said, it's a quick story, but I wanted to tell, I wanted to document it, but it didn't take much. So the photo really pops out from the cluster and shows the importance. And lastly, my last tip is don't overdo it. I know a lot of times we're like, oh, add more and more and more. But remember, you're trying to do a quick page here. I literally did this in 15 minutes, like before I picked my kid up from school. So don't overdo it. Let the story be told and move on to the next. Sometimes it's hard to know when to stop on a page. And so to me, at this point, I was like, look, I'm happy that this photo is documented. I like the way that it looks. And I told the story that is just a glimpse into my 6-year-old's life at this time. And there's a million other stories that have to be told in my family. So I didn't know when enough was enough and move on. So I really am happy with how this page turned out. And I actually really liked limiting the colors. That made a super fast page. I'm probably going to do this again. And so even when I went there to my chipboard sticker sheet, all I chose was black and white or the turquoise. And that one, that black was kind of blending in with the tag, so I just backed it with the turquoise or teal cardstock, and you can just barely see a little bit shining through, but that kind of gave me a visual triangle, because now I have that blue element, I have the paper clip up there, and then I add the blue little banner piece here, and so it gives me a visual triangle in the turquoise. And then I also write my journaling in the same color. So And you can see here on the video, these colors are kind of like black and cream. In the photos, they come across more as white, but they are like a cream color, which is a grunge look, which I think is super cool for this picture of my kid's Converse. And by the way, he does look like a teenager in these pictures. He is 6.5. I don't know where those hairy legs come from. But I love this so much. He was so proud to wear those shoes. I just had to document this and tell a little story about it. And he really is developing his own style. He likes to wear those socks pulled up. It's just the cutest. And I know that someday I'll look back and be like, oh, remember when you thought you were super cool wearing this? And he'll be like, oh, Doris, oh, Mom. But that's it for my tips, and I really hope that I have inspired you guys to get in there, even if you only have a few minutes, and create something, document one of your important stories, get it down, because that is truly what we're here to do. And hop on over to a Cherry on Top blog for all of the details and additional tips. And thanks for visiting today. I'll drop all the links down below. If you have any questions, leave me a comment, or I love a thumbs up and some love. Bye, y'all.